start with Mrs. June Brown, Alexandra School. Principal of the Allen School, Mrs. Julia Beckles. Principal of Alma Paris Memorial Secondary School, rather Deputy Principal, Mr. Braxton Clark. Principal of Origin Barry, Mr. Vincent Ferguson. Principal of the Commonwealth School, Mr. Bear Paris. Principal of the Donald Jordan Secondary, Mr. Stephen Jackman. Principal of Dighton Griffith Secondary School, Mr. Anthony Alley. Principal of Frederick Smith Secondary School, Mr. Jefferson Phillips. Principal of Deputy Principal of Ellerslie Secondary, Mr. Ronald Leacock. Principal of Grantley Adams Memorial School, Mr. Dennis Brown. We have Principal of the Greater Senior Secondary School, Mrs. Beverly Bancroft. Principal of Harrison College, Miss Juanita Wade. Principal of the Law School, Mr. Ian Dowridge. Principal of Parkinson Memorial, Mr. Ian Holder. Principal of Princess Margaret Secondary School, Mr. Jonathan Corbett. Principal of Providence School, Miss Deborah Smith. Principal of Queen's College, Dr. David Brown. Principal of Deputy Principal of Spring Memorial, Miss Michelle Maxwell. Principal of St. George Secondary School, Miss Sonja Goodrich. Principal of St. Leonard's Boys, Mr. Joseph Maynard. Principal of the St. Michael's School, Dr. Yvette Mears. Principal of St. Winifred's, Mr. Tony McGoney. Principal of the Ursuline Convent, Dr. Glenda Niles. Principal of Christ Church Foundation School, Mr. Robert Cumberbatch. And last and certainly by no means least, the Principal of the Lester Bond School, Major Michael Boyce. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the principals. At this time, we say a special thank you to our title sponsor, for aid, and a special good morning and thanks to our sponsors. In the form of Corporators General Insurance Company Limited, we have the representative of the City of Bridgetown Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Mr. Winston Alley. Scotiabank, Rubis, the Insurance Corporation of Barbados, the Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited. We have the representative of Liborian Sports, Mr. Anthony Miller. C2A Sports, Flow, Duty Free Caribbean, Woodisco, Tropical Computers, the Barbados Light and Power Company Limited, Abbott Nutrition in the form of Miss Donna Charles, suppliers of Ensure, Made It Against the Odds Foundation, Soundwave Audio, Julie's Party Rentals, Two Sons Funeral Home, Miss Cassandra Gemma Hines of Touch of an Angel Therapeutic Day Spa, Western Wholesale, Mr. Corey Riley and Mrs. Michelle C. Riley. And our coffee services are with the kind comments of Productive Business Solutions Barbados Limited, suppliers of Xerox machines, Facey House, Warren's Industrial Park, St. Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a hand to our sponsors because without them, this week could not be possible. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to stand for the national anthem of Barbados. Please remain standing as I invite Reverend Dr. Stephen Lord, teacher of Parkinson Memorial School, to come and invoke God's blessings over us this morning.
Thank you, Master. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, pause in your presence to give you praise and thanks for spirit lives and remember. Thank you for allowing us to see this day. For this is the day that you have made. We will rejoice and be glad. Lord, we're also grateful for journey of mercy and the beautiful weather we are experiencing this morning. We pray, Lord, that these favorable weather conditions will prevail over the next few days. Heavenly Father, we also pray for the Bssac committee members who have so ably and efficiently planned these days. We ask, Lord, that you will continue to give them vision and insight as they prepare athletes for national, regional, and international games. Heavenly Father, we also pray for athletes. May a spirit of friendly rivalry and team competition prevail amongst them. Endow each athlete with physical strength and mental agility to compete in an atmosphere of kinship and camaraderie, so that at the end of this championship, everyone will be a winner. We pray, Lord, that these games not only make our country proud, but also that this will be a springboard for national, regional, and international opportunities for our athletes. Heavenly Father, may our officials give us fair play, and may honesty and integrity be ahead. Lord, remember our politicians and distributors present with us today. May they be comforted in the fact that sports tourism can be enhanced in this country. They serve the mission. Lord, remember the parents, guardians, well-wishers, and all spectators. May they cheer the children, boys, and fans in a decent manner. We come against unwholesome and immoral behavior at this moment. So we ask you, Lord, to take the instrument so that the work of the constabularies and the security personnel will be of great service. In closing, Heavenly Father, as our sponsors give financial and other contributions for this week to be successful, we ask Lord that as they give up the resources, you will give them back with measure. Bless these games like no one expected, so that at the end of this week, the school will celebrate with relief and joy, and may all of us pray that goodwill has been a hallmark and this championship. These things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
I'm going to invite you to stand still, please. And we're now going to observe a minute of silence for our fallen soldiers. Not with us anymore, and we say rest in peace to Mr. Leroy Harper, Chief of Secretariat and Photo Finish, and Miss Beatrice Gooden, Sports Journalist. 1 minute of silence. Grant eternal rest unto them, O Lord. Please be seated. I'm now going to invite Miss Hannah Connell, student of the Christ Church Foundation School and the Victrix in Durham of the 2016 Bssac Games, to come read the athlete's oath.
Respecting and abiding by the rules which govern them, in the spirit of sportsmanship, for the glory of our sport and the honor of our teams.
I'm now going to invite Ms. Kendra Roberts, the Chief of Shop.
the true spirit of sportsmanship. Thank you.
And now to offer the official welcome, I invite the Bssac President and Principal of the Commonwealth School, Mr. Bear Paris.
Ceremonies, Mr. Gilbert Carmichael, Chairman of the Bssac Organizing Committee, Mr. Morrison Matthew, fellow principals, major sponsor for aid, representatives of other sponsors, honorees, the director, Mr. Dave Small, PE teachers and other officials, athletes, students, ladies and gentlemen, media representatives. Zonal championships have been completed for the second consecutive year. We have seen the benefits of these championships. Teams have been scoring points that in the previous iteration of Bssac would have been deflated by the lack thereof. New strategies have had to be adopted by coaches and athletes in order to have a presence on this bigger stage. Bssac finals. Coaches, you have been doing a fine job. This year we have been seeing the emergence of the Allied School with notable performances in the zonal championships. This augurs well for Bssac and for competition. Athletes, although the sport is very much an individual effort, except in relays, you are still part of a team. Your individual performances will do much to boost team performances, as others will gain inspiration from the determination that you exhibit and the quality of your performance. Your school spirit will also surge when your team does well, especially when some of your athletes perform significant feats. So give of your best. All this effort would be less rewarding if we did not have sponsors on board. They have done much to make these championships the premier national sporting event that they have become. We endorse the willing participation of and funded by all our sponsors. Special mention is made of perennial major sponsor for aid and the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation. For those who follow on the net, especially those in the diaspora, seeing a stream through Sports.bb is to be commended for what I understand is sharp coverage so far this season. Those who are unable, therefore, to be here still enjoy viewing the feats of these talented and wonderful young people as they showcase their skills, strength, and endurance. To the Minister, the Honourable Stephen Lashley and his team from the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth, it has been very heartening to see your commitment and ongoing support for our young people and for Bssac. Even in challenging physical conditions, we are still able to stage what I'm sure will be another memorable Bssac season. Patrons, cheer on our athletes as only you can. They depend on the din of your cheers and animated excitement. We anticipate the accustomed high standards from our officials and look forward to 2 days of the culmination of youthful human endeavor, fierce competition, yet great camaraderie. Good luck to all athletes, the ambassadors for the sport, and for your school. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all to Bssac 2017. I thank you.
Thank you so much to Mr. Bear Paris, Bssac President and Principal of Commonwealth School. Ladies and gentlemen, all that's left for me to do is to invite Miss Angela Stevenson, former
is the Vincent Legends. There is 2017 Bssac game officially over.
Thank you so much, Ms. Stevenson. At this time, can I have the sponsors and the principals return to their locations?
And we welcome you back after that pretty short, guys, as you said, the administrators of Bssac and those who were involved in the opening ceremony did just what we thought they would have done, shorten the opening ceremony, and of course they want to be on time. It's now 9:48, so we're just about 12 minutes away from the start of the first event, the 3,000 meters for Girls Open. As we look though at the parade of teams, tell me some of the teams that sparked your attention, guys.
St. George Secondary, first and foremost. They've come a long way, Michael. If you remember St. George Secondary School at last year's opening ceremony, they were not as uniformed, and they even had a synchronized part of their presentation. It was very good on their behalf.
St. Michael's added some cheerleaders to their presentation. That was a nice touch as well.
Yes.
So they're certainly one of the schools that would have stood out in my mind.
There is the Barbados Cadet Corps Band, normally a major player in the ceremony, and of course these are cadets taken from a cross-section of the secondary schools in Barbados. So it's really good to see the Cadet Corps training here with the lovely band.
Yes, that band is growing in leaps and bounds, Michael. They're improving every year, and I think part of that improvement comes from having the opportunity to be with the senior bands, marching bands, the Barbados Defense Force. I know they're doing a lot of work with them in there, and the police force band as well.
Yes. So definitely this band adding some flavor to the festivities and the opening ceremony. And of course the parade of teams will be judged, and at the end of day 2 everyone will know which team was adjudged the best team on parade. However, we are here for 2 days of keen competition, and again at the end of these 2 days we will know who are the boys and girls champions of the Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships. What are your thoughts though as we prepare for these 2 days of finals? Which schools do you think will come out on top in the boys and the girls? Let's start with the girls. Your comments, Ian?
I'm anticipating that Christchurch Foundation will be among the top contenders, as well as St. Michael's School. Spring Memorial is also expected to be in the mix, but I think that the majority of the main and keenest competition will be probably between those three among the girls. I'll give Foundation though.
Okay.
The edge.
Perry, your thoughts on the girls?
Interesting. I know it's going to be, all things being equal, it's going to be a good tussle. Actually, I'm going to throw a 4th school in there. Harrison's College, they've been doing pretty okay as well. But if you have to choose the top 2 schools, I think it's going to come down to Christchurch Foundation and the the St. Michael School.
Okay, so we are saying then that the 4 who will be in contention will be Christchurch Foundation, the St. Michael
School. Spring Memorial among the girls.
Memorial, and you were saying now Harrison College. Now, an interesting note, I was looking through the list of schools advancing to the final. Now, when I looked at the relays, I saw Aline School in 6 of those 8 relays. That is significant.
Yes.
And we haven't said anything really about the Aline School, but we'll see how things will work out. And before we go to the break, your boys, the call for the boys?
Call for the boys. I think Leicester Vaughan is always going to be in there. St. Michael's, really, for me, is the team to beat among the boys. I believe Christchurch Foundation and Harrison College will factor in there as well.
Okay, so pretty much the same 4.
Yeah,
the boys as well.
I think
Leicester Vaughan is in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the Alien School is stronger in the boys, so they can upset 1 or 2 of those top schools.
Okay. How about St. Leonard's boys? I didn't hear anybody mention St. Leonard's boys. You don't think they have a shot?
I think they'll be in the mix-up. To say that they'll actually come out on top, I'm not sure at this point. But I know that St. Michael School definitely they have a strong team in both boys and girls. So they're definitely one to watch.
Okay then. So folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 3.5 minutes. And we will be preparing to bring you the live coverage of the Powerade Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships live from the National Stadium.
By being a pioneer in the Caribbean with a range of products and a wealth of sage, personalized advice for everyone. Evolving how we serve our clients with new, innovative products and an industry-leading and modern approach to life insurance. By improving the lives of the people in the communities where we operate, by providing assistance in the areas of education, health, community, youth development and sports. It's what we've done in the Caribbean since 1840 and what we are doing today in 22 countries. With over $6.2 billion in total assets, $774 million in capital, and over 2 million insured, Sagicor Life is one of the fastest growing life insurance providers in the Caribbean. Because we focus on one thing, protecting what's most important to you. Find out what Sagicor can do for your life. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Lucky Horseshoe Saloon, Steakhouse and Slots, open 24/7 and I like it a lot. Orange and Hastings were easy to find. Sports on the big screen, cold beer in a jar, spicy hot wings. I love this bar. Burgers and juicy steaks, breakfast with my pancakes. Hey, we got a kids menu too. At the Lucky Horseshoe, we got a lot to love.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong.
And we welcome you back to our live coverage of the Powerade Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships. We are preparing for the start of the first event, the Girls Open 3,000 meters. The competitors they're over on the backstretch, just getting their track suits off and preparing themselves for this event. And Ian, this should be a very interesting event coming up here for the girls.
Definitely. We have Mary Fraser, I believe, in there.
Yes, a field of some 18 athletes will be contesting this event. 7.5 laps around the track. Have you ever run so fast? So far, sorry.
Well, I've done a little cross country in my time, but never 7.5 laps around the stadium. But it should be interesting.
Yes, we'll see how these girls do. And you said Mary Fraser is entered in the event. Yes, her name is on the start list. It's a matter of seeing if she will actually show up for the event. The record, she holds the Bssac record of 10 minutes, 36.54 seconds, and she set that in 2015. So we'll be keeping track of that event, and of course 10:36.54, a very impressive time from Mary Fraser. Then in 2015 she went on to win triple gold at the Carifta Games, and the 3,000 meters was one of the events in which she won gold in. Perry?
Yes, it was a very dominant year for Mary Fraser. That year she just took the Caribbean by storm.
She sure did. She sure did. If we can preview the athletes who will be competing in this one. Ian, who do we have here in this event?
Let's see who we have. I'm going to take my sunglasses off here because I'm obviously going to be going down to get you the winner of that event. We have Maya Rowe representing St. George Secondary, Sonja Jilts, it looks like, representing the Ursuline Convent, Neviandra Greenwich from Springer Memorial, Brianna Bispham representing Parkinson, Christina Edwards, the Lodge School, Christian Sherlin from Comamere, looks like Rashana Barker Goodman representing Frederick Smith Secondary, Habiba Clark representing Springer Memorial, Layla Haynes from Harrison College, notable, one of those memorable athletes from the Frank Blackman Zone, Krista Maloney representing Christchurch Foundation, Dana Babb, Frederick Smith Secondary, Annika Farmer, Corrigan Parry, Mary Fraser, another one of the standout names, Darrell Jordan Secondary, Kira Douglas, representing Harrison College, Natalia Brathwaite, representing the Lodge School. That looks like Cheyenne Cummins, representing Christchurch Foundation, Sharia Lashley, representing Darrell Jordan Secondary, and rounding out the field, Shakira Barrow, representing the Combermere School.
Yes, so a field of 18. Normally these events will carry a good set of athletes. I think 2 are allowed per school. And if we look at across all of the schools, remember this event here, straight final. There would have been no heats, no semifinals for this, a straight final. So we could possibly have a total of, about 18 schools, 20 schools. So we could possibly have 40 athletes competing if all of the schools had entered too. However, if we look here at the contenders that we are talking about for the championship, Christchurch Foundation, they have 2 athletes in here. Harrison College, 2 athletes.
Springer Memorial does
Springer
as well.
Memorial, 2 athletes.
The Lodge School.
There are none from the St. Michael's School in this one, though. Guys.
No.
The Lodge School is in there as well with 2.
Yes.
I see Combermere, they have 2 as well.
So no St. Michael. So after this final, we can be guaranteed that the St. Michael School will be starting with 0 points. And Christchurch Foundation has the opportunity to post some points early. However, those points can be made up quite quickly.
Yeah, most definitely.
Quite quickly.
Most definitely.
And just to remind our viewers of how the points are scored, if you're keeping track at home, the points are 10 for first, 8 for second, 6 for third, and then we go right through to 8th position with 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 respectively.
Yeah.
And of course the relays, the only change to the relays, the first place is 12 points.
Yes.
And then we go 12, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2.
Yeah, but don't forget, Michael, even though the St. Michael School doesn't have any athletes in this event, there's some field events going on.
Correct.
So they could be getting points there as well.
Yes, what they don't get here, they'll make up for in the field, of course. And so the runners just anxiously awaiting the start, and we saw the starters posing for, they're having a photo up over there on the back stretch.
These are memorable times.
Well, the thing is, it's 10:04, and if they want to keep on track, they really need to go and start the race.
I have no doubt that the start crew, especially once they get started, they're fairly normally very efficient, and once they get started, we will see these events rolling off in quick succession. So it just needs to take a start, and they normally pick up the 4 or 5 minutes that they would have lost at the beginning.
Yeah, so we see them now moving the athletes into the start position, which is around by the 200-meter mark. As we said, this event, 7.5 laps for the girls open. And this is what you call a scratch start. So again, for those people who are wondering why they're all lined up like that, it's a scratch start where once the gun goes, everyone will dash for lane number 1.
Yeah. And a lot of jostling and bouncing around was going to go on.
Well, actually, I thought they were going to do a scratch start.
They're doing a waterfall?
Perry and Ian, but they're going to be doing a waterfall start. So they have moved that, I believe the next 9, they've divided them into 9. So 9 will be between lanes 1 and 4, and the other 9 will be between lanes 5 and 8. And there should be cones along that stretch, that curve rather.
Yes, they are.
And they'll go for about 100 meters, and then they will break into lane number 1 and continue the remainder of the race from lane number 1.
So just about around the 100-meter mark, we should be seeing them coming off the bend and breaking into lane number 1.
Yes, and they're receiving their instructions. And I just saw the indication that Mary Fraser is indeed participating in this event. So it's just a matter of how fast she will run.
Yeah,
I'm very interested. I'm very interested in seeing Layla Haynes.
Yes.
How she holds up in this 3,000. We know she has the conditioning. She'll be running the cross countries and stuff, and she has been putting a lot of work with her coach. So it's going to be interesting to see how this young lady, Layla Haynes, just 12 years old, how she comes up in this race.
Yes, I remember this is her first time at Bssac, and so we saw her in the 1,500 meters, the junior girls, winning the junior girls 1,500 meters.
Frank Blackman zone.
Yes, so they're on the starters' orders and getting ready for this first event, first track final of the 2017 Powerade Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships. So as we said, they will be staying. Mary Fraser has already picked up the pace. She's going to break pretty soon and go right into lane number 1, just as we indicated. So Mary Fraser has made the decision that she's going to go with this one, and just now past the first 200 meters in 30 seconds for Mary Fraser, and then in second that's Annika Farmer of the Coleridge and Parry, Cara Douglas of Harrison College, and Layla Haynes with a strategy. I'm quite sure this is a strategy she's employing. She's right at the back of the field. And guys, you know, I've seen some good distance runners from Kenya, Ethiopia, etc., who work their way up the field in the 3,000. They stay at the back, and gradually, with each lap, they decide I'm going to take 2 or 3 runners down. So let's see what strategy Layla is going to employ here.
She's actually moving up, as you would have spoken just now. Maybe she's hearing you somewhere somehow, but she's certainly making her way up in this race at this point.
Yes, so she's taken down 2 runners, and she's right now in 16th position, while at the front, Mary Fraser continues to lead the pack. And again, she's probably chasing this record of 10 minutes 36.54. We're going to keep abreast of this to see how she's doing. Of course, now 6 laps to go, and we also have to keep track of the laps, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we do, Michael. And just keep everyone abreast of what's going on, because don't forget, Layla Haynes herself, she admitted that she miscounted her laps.
Well, I am quite sure she has learned from that experience, and she will be looking at the lap counter, which is in operation. And the thing is about distance runners, I myself, I ran the 5,000 meters, so I kept track personally of the laps I did, especially in the days when it was a matter of how fast you had to run each lap. So I knew I would have a little glance at my watch, which I don't really recommend nowadays, because you really need to focus in on your running.
Yeah.
However, as we speak, Mary Fraser is still ahead of the field. However, that gap has closed quite a bit. In second position, the competitor from Christchurch Foundation, Krista Maloney. She's now currently in second. Cara Douglas of Harrison College in third position. And now we see Layla Haynes has moved up quite a distance. She's currently in 8th position right now.
Moving into 7th. So she's gradually, I guess she's employing the strategy that we were talking about, Michael. She's gradually moving up. So we should be seeing Layla factoring into the top 3.
Well, pretty soon she should be up in there. So Mary Fraser now, I believe 5 laps to go now. 5 to go, and Mary Fraser still in the lead. 3:22 on the clock. I remember this is our unofficial clock, but for distances, most of the time we would be pretty close to the actual time. Yeah. Krista Maloney still in second for Christchurch Foundation. Harrison College's Cara Douglas in third. And Combamere in there, that's Christiane Sherlin. Annika Farmer then, and now we see Layla Haynes moving up. So now she has gone into 7th position. She's now in 7th position. And mark you, Harrison College, we mentioned that in the girls' tally day, there will be a factor. Now Harrison College can get double points in this race, guys.
Yes.
That's very true, Michael.
They can get double points in here. Significant too.
As long as they finish in the top 8, of course.
And right now they're in a good position to do that.
Yes. Very much so.
Because they're currently in 3rd and 6th. 3rd and 6th. And I believe once Layla Haynes can get up to Cara Douglas, they can probably do some teamwork and pull each other along.
That is very
So
correct,
we'll
Michael.
see how that one will play out. Cara Douglas now dropping her arms, not doing much work, as opposed to the running style of Mary Fraser, who is up front. Her arms relatively high up. I believe, guys, that this comes from her boxing.
Yes.
What do you think?
It could, you know. Certainly the conditioning as well.
Yes,
Definitely
sure.
conditioning.
4 laps to go. And Mary Fraser still up front. The time now 5:06 on the clock. Still in second, Krista Maloney of Christchurch Foundation. Still in third, Cara Douglas. And guys, look out here.
Yeah.
Moving up, Layla Haynes with 4 laps to go. She's now into 4th position. But she has about 130 meters or so deficit.
Well, yes, she does. And she's moved up quite nicely, though.
Yes, she has.
I wonder what could possibly be going through her mind right at this very moment as she continues to execute this race. She's definitely running to a plan,
Well,
and that
this
is clear.
Yes, this is a good strategy that she has employed in this one. Start from the rear, move your way up every lap, and just sit, relax, wait until the right moment, and then make your move.
Interestingly enough, Michael, she'll be doing a lot of her overtaking on either the back straight or coming off the bend, the bottom bend over there.
And that would suggest to me that she has been well tutored.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well tutored into how to execute this race. So coming up the front stretch again is Mary Fraser still leading. She led from the gun, and she actually has lapped a competitor. 2 competitors she's lapped. So she now has 3 laps to go. 3 to go for Mary Fraser, 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. And both competitors there from the Frederick Smith secondary, Rishana Barker Goodman.
Actually,
and
Michael.
Dana Babb, both have been lapped.
Actually, I think there are 3. The athlete also from the Ursuline Convent, Sonoja Jokes.
So things are changing up here, guys, with 3 laps to go. Layla Haynes and Cara Douglas and Krista Maloney. That's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right now. So as we said, Layla Haynes with a nice strategy, a good plan.
Yes.
Evolving here, and she slowed the pace down well enough that I believe her teammate can hang with her and come along with her.
I saw Douglas. She looked, even though she was in front of them, she didn't look too as comfortable as she looks now. So I guess running with the teammate and knowing she's setting the pace for you, that helps as well.
For sure. So they are now down the back stretch. Layla Haynes in 2nd position. Krista Maloney now trying to make the split between the Harazonians. So they now approach where they started. And Haynes, a strange style of running. Most of the time her head is down rather than upright. Mary Fraser now coming around again. 2 laps to go. Some 800 meters remaining for her. 8:04, 8:05 on the clock now for Mary Fraser. I don't think she'll be under that 10:36.
No, she does last 2 laps would have to
Will
be
have
something
to be
spectacular.
extremely fast.
Yes.
And I don't really see her picking up the pace. So as the athletes go around the back stretch, the athletes who are not competing, they're all housed on that side, and they're cheering the athletes along every time they come around the back stretch. So Layla Haynes now in 2nd position, Krista Maloney in 3rd, and Cara Douglas in 4th position with 2 laps to go. Just seeing Layla Haynes glancing across to her left to probably see, oh my, how far do I have to go to catch up with that leader? And the gap is really open, guys.
Yes, it's about 100 meters, 110 meters now, Michael.
Probably more.
Yeah. Just about 100 meters. So it's at 200 meter mark there at the start of the 3. So just about 100 meters.
So for sure we have our top 4, and actually in 5th place from Coleridge and Parry, that's Annika Farmer. She's in 5th. And from what we are seeing, the competitor here, Christiane Sherlin, should be in 6th position.
The college crew cheering their athletes on every time they get around in that area.
So 9:30 now on the clock. We have about 1 minute and 6 seconds for Mary Fraser to run this last 400 meters, which I don't think she will be doing, not at the pace she's going at. So I think her record will be safe, but this will be a win for Daryl Jordan secondary, first 10 points of the day. And now she picks the pace up. Actually, the young lady there from
Springer Memorial.
Does not want to be lapped.
That's Habib.
Oh, you know her. Does not want to be lapped, so she picked the pace up. However, I think she will be lapped.
I think she thought for a while there that the bell was for her as opposed to being for Mary Fraser.
I see.
So because she heard the bell, she picked up the pace. But I guess she'll work it out eventually.
When she gets back here,
she get it again.
Yeah,
she'll get the bell again.
Yeah. So Mary Fraser now taking one sip of water, putting her foot down, and getting ready to finish up now. 200 meters, 10:30 gone now. So Ian is gonna make his way. He's gonna run down to the finish line as well to try to get that first interview with Mary Fraser. As Perry, she will be the first winner here at the Bssac Championships, the first one on the track at least. 10:52 on the clock. So Mary Fraser being welcome home. The spectators cheering on Mary Fraser as she works her way to the finish line, sprinting all the way through, and she finishes now 11:04:33. Perry?
Yeah, so way off her record pace of last. She set like but nonetheless she's satisfied, going to be satisfied with the win. Yes. We have a race on for second.
Yes. And Layla Haynes, this young lady who's racing, she has another lap to go though.
Yeah, she does have another lap.
She's running to the finish, but she has another lap to go. She was nowhere in the picture. She has another lap to go. I hope that
I think the officials need to. Someone needs to let her know she has another lap.
Another lap to go. It's not done. Oh, they have told her now.
Oh, so, that is very disheartening, though,
yes,
Michael.
Third will go to Foundations. This young lady here as well. She has another lap to go from Parkinson Memorial. She has another lap. This is now the fourth
position. Yes.
Cara Douglas is in fourth. So I think the officials really need to zoom in a little bit more on these guys. Well, yes,
she's still
they have
going.
told her she has another lap to go. And this young lady here, Annika Farmer, is now finishing in fifth position from the Coleridge and Parry School.
But interestingly enough, Michael, these athletes who are lapped, you still see them running in lane one.
Correct, you are correct. They should be on the outside. That is correct. And the judges need to ensure, those at the finish line should ensure that they come across into the outer lanes. So we have those first five competitors there. Mary Fraser, Annika Farmer, Mary Fraser, Layla Haynes. Foundation finishing up here as well. This is Cheyenne Cummins will be finishing. Then the competitor from the Lodge School and Christiane Sherlin. So that should be it, Perry, as far as the points are concerned. So double points for Harrison College, double points for Christchurch Foundation as well. No Springer, no points for Springer, no points for the Allen School, no points for the St. Michael School in this one.
Yes, but we saw the Springer athlete really finished losing out, at least getting that 1 point. She finished 9th, I believe. That would have been.
Well, I can tell you we will have a task on our hands trying to get these interviews. Of course, young Ian will try to get down to the finish line as quickly as possible so that we can tune in on the athletes who win and see what to say about their performances.
As Michael, having done some internet as well, I know how hard it is to get you're not, so we want our viewers to understand that, and he's going to be down there in the trenches, so to speak, trying his best to get that interview?
Well, of course, we are hearing the bell because there are other athletes out still finishing up the 3,000 meters. So another lap to go for the Frederick Smith secondary athletes. Rashana Barker Goodman.
Is she going to take it?
Well,
no, it doesn't look that way.
It doesn't seem like she's going to finish up. But that's what the bell means. You have one more lap to go. And some applause for this competitor here.
This is from the Ursuline Convent.
Sanoja Jokes of the Ursuline Convent. She has one lap to go. Will she take it?
Let's see.
And she's running in socks, Perry.
Yes, Michael. It's very interesting as well. I maybe she doesn't have the required footwear, and she's not confident running in her trainers. So
maybe. So she's gonna take that lap. She's gonna make sure that she does what she came here to do, and that's to complete 7.5 laps.
But it also lends to being a good morale booster for the athlete, especially someone like her. She's only 13 years old, and for her to have that determination to even though she knows she's dead last at this point in time, to complete this distance,
yes.
I say kudos to her, and it argues well for her in the future, because now she knows how it feels to run 7.5 laps.
For sure, she can say, I did it once, I can do it again. And I am quite sure that she will receive loads of applause from the appreciative supporters. We can see all of the spectators. They're really good at cheering on the athletes, and I'm quite sure that once she comes around to the other side, that she will receive loads of applause.
And she got a scattering of applause from the athletes over there on the eastern side, even though they're not from the Ursuline Convent. Some of them actually were cheering her on as well. So that's very good sportsmanship.
Yes, for sure. So she's now at the 200-meter mark. Just about. I think I can hear the cheering beginning. There's some cheers coming from the spectators.
Yes.
Yes. And they're going to keep cheering her on, I'm quite sure, all the way around.
What also propels them, the athlete getting momentum, is the stadium announcer. And hearing that person's voice give you that impetus,
encouragement,
right, to complete. We're not hearing that right now.
Well, we surely didn't hear it at all.
And we really need to give all of these athletes all the encouragement they deserve or they require.
Yes, so she is now approaching the 100-meter turn, and the cheering has begun. The cheering has begun, Perry, as she now makes her way into the straightaway. And now we hear the stadium announcer. Yeah, so the noise begins, the cheers. And pretty soon, Ian Webster will have an interview with the winner of the Girls Open 3,000 meters. That's Mary Fritzler of the Darrell Jordan Secondary School. And so, Sanoja Jokes of the Ursuline Convent, completing 7.5 laps, finishing up. She came here to complete 7.5 laps, and she has done so. Perry, lovely.
Wow, well done to Sanoja. Efforts like these impressed me, Michael.
Oh yes, and there's no doubt that she will continue her training, and we look forward to seeing this young lady back on track sometime in the future, running the 3,000 meters. So I believe we are ready for our interview with Ian, and the winner of the Girls Open 3,000 meters. We'll take it down to Ian Webster.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. I'm here with Mary Fraser. Mary, you must have gone into this race pretty confident. Really, what was going through your mind from the beginning of the race? Was it a situation where you just told yourself, let me just run the race and get the points, or you thought for a minute about maybe challenging the record or something like that?
Yes, it was try to break my own record.
Okay, you think if you had a bit more competition going into the event of itself, that you may have pushed yourself a little more, because you seem relatively easy?
Yeah, if I had more competition, hopefully I would have pushed a little harder and try. Maybe I might have break the record.
So what other events do you have scheduled for today? Or for the rest of the meet, rather, because we were hoping to see you last week at some point during the 400 meters, I believe it was, and we didn't see you, but we then saw you reappear in the relay. So what exactly are you going to be involved in for the balance of this meet?
Well, today, hopefully I will be doing the 15 and the 4x1.
Okay, thank you very much, Mary. Go and get some rest, much needed rest, and congratulations on your win.
Yeah, thanks.
That was Mary Fraser, the winner of the 3,000 meters. Of course, she won the very first medal for this Bssac meet 2017. I'm going to throw it back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Ian. So there we had Mary Fraser, the winner there of the 3,000 meters for the Open Girls. And Perry, the junior boys are scheduled to go next in the 3,000 meters. Now remember, that event was scheduled to go, it is scheduled to go at 10:15. However, we at 10:28. There's no sight whatsoever of those lads, the junior boys. And with that being said, we'll take a commercial break. And hopefully when we return, we'll have those athletes ready to go in the the junior boys 3,000 meters.
What's at the heart of Sagicor life? One thing: protecting the most important people in the world, family, friends, and neighbors. By being a pioneer in the Caribbean with a range of products and a wealth of sage, personalized advice for everyone. Evolving how we serve our clients with new, innovative products and an industry-leading and modern approach to life insurance. By improving the lives of the people in the communities where we operate, by providing assistance in the areas of education, health, community, youth development, and sports. It's what we've done in the Caribbean since 1840, and what we are doing today in 22 countries, with over $6.2 billion in total assets, 774 million in capital, and over 2 million insured. Sagicor Life is one of the fastest growing life insurance providers in the Caribbean, because we focus on one thing: protecting what's most important to you. Find out what Sagicor can do for your life. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong. Over the years, we cared for you to help you meet your needs. We're trustworthy, dependable, so you can grow financially.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong.
This is where you belong.
Lucky Horseshoe Saloon, steakhouse and slots, open 24/7, and I like it a lot. Warrens and Hastings were easy to find. Sports on the big screen, cold beer in a jar, spicy hot wings. I love this bar. Burgers and juicy steaks, breakfast with my pancakes. Hey, we got a kids menu too. At the Lucky Horseshoe, we got a lot to love.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
And we welcome you back to our live coverage of the Powerade Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championships. I'm very pleased to have joining us just for a few minutes, Mr. Stephen Williams, the man in charge of Sport.bb. Stephen, welcome on board.
Morning, Jules. Morning. I have with me, and also in the booth, Ian Webster,
yes, sir,
who is joining us for the first time this year.
Most definitely.
I am well pleased to have a man of your caliber and experience in entertainment joining the Sports.bb team. But more importantly, I want to thank the sponsors. I always take the opportunity, in these little breaks between the action, to thank my sponsors, because if it wasn't for them, this would not be possible. This is a massive operation. I was looking at the operation, Mr. Jules, and over the last, set of days, and I realized it's for a small team, because we started small. Yeah. And we're growing every year. But what I want the fans to realize, and I call you guys fans because, you've stuck with us, is that we do this because we love what we do. I think I have the best in sports casting, especially for athletics, with Michael Jules. Right, and assisted this year with Perry Barnett, who is another, bright spot when it comes to knowing athletics and where it should go. Right, Ian has joined us this year, but for me, what I would like to see going forward, right, is, for me, I would like to say collaborative approach in terms of growing the sport. What we do at Sports.bb is nothing short of fantastic, if I can say so, because we do it with little resources. Yeah. But I think that not enough attention is being paid to what we do in terms of bringing new media to sports. It's something that seems as, it's just one of them things. But if you see how the people actually react online, they show their love for the school. And, it's, I guess, the actual event, managers don't get to see it because they're too busy in the trenches. Yes. But you guys online make this worthwhile. And I want to thank the sponsors, but also you guys online for sticking with us and supporting us. And next year, watch out, it is going to be huge. Taking the Trump word, it's going to be huge.
Well, Stephen, I must agree with you that from the inception of Sports.bb bringing coverage of the Bssac, we have improved year after year, and I have no doubt that with all of our viewers on board, we've had viewers as far away as from Israel.
Oh yeah, that's that's fantastic.
Yes.
To think that there are people so far away, but they always say, in every part of the corner of the world is a Beijing.
Yes.
And Barbadians are showing their quality, they're showing their worth all over the world, and opportunities such as the internet to do that shows that we can take our product as far afield as we want to take it.
And we do want to encourage all of you to continue to view what Sports.bb has to offer, not just track and field and not just Bssac, but there are a wide variety of things which Sports.bb is responsible for bringing to you. And invite your friends as well. Tell your friends about what's happening so that the population online can grow.
And I would say this, we do MMA, mixed martial arts. We work with the BFA now. I just got a call this morning from the BCA. They're ready to sign their contract to help work for Sports.bb to work with them. So we are growing sports, we are growing the collaboration, because if you think about it, it is only through this level of media that we're able to grow the sports in a professional way. I want to see my athletes from football to basketball getting a subsidized paycheck. Yes. It's nice working for a trophy, but unless you get the media and sponsors on board, you're not going to grow it beyond a little game that you play on the evening to get some exercise.
Yes.
All right? And I want my fans to be patient. I want sports to be fans to be patient. I know that I see some of you guys saying that there are a lot of ads, but there's a lot of people that we have to thank.
Yes, and of course we know those ads pay for what we are doing here.
Correct.
Stephen, thank you very much for taking a little time out. However, we have to hit the track running, literally. The junior boys 3,000 meters already on the line. The Bssac record was set in 2012 by Kobe Noel of the Allen School in a time of 10 minutes 14.81 seconds. And Perry, if we can run through these names quite quickly here. We have a long list, a field of some 24 guys going here. So we can go through quickly as much as we can before the race goes.
Okay, we have Kimar Callender, Princess Margaret Secondary, Derad Holloway, Leicester Vaughan School, Zuri Morris, Corrigan Party School, Darrell Jordan has Raquan Leacock. The Ursuline Conference represented by Corgi Clifford. Allen School has Nadria Butcher. I think the St. Leonard's boys, that's Jaheem Campbell. Ellerslie has Nkosi Cheltenham. Colmere is represented by Zachary Taylor. St. George Secondary, Simon John, you know his name. Romario Maxwell for Corrigan Party is there. We have Jonathan O'Neill of St. George Secondary. The Law School has Tyrell Bannister Ennis. Princess Margaret has Antonia Simmons. Harrison College has McCallum Clark. He's the one to watch as well. Peter Hadley represents Ursuline Convent, so 2 in there. Peter Gibbs from Queen's College is another one to watch. He's in there as well. Kadeem Mohammed from the Law School. Dante Ludat, Darrell Jordan Secondary. Kevin Wickham, the Grant Niaz Memorial School. Markale Eversley, Lester Vaughan School. Christchurch Foundation has Harrison Griffith. And round up the field from Cormier School, Aquan Waith. That's another one to watch as well.
Yes, so some of these junior boys competing here in the 3,000 meters, we would have seen them from the zonal meets running the 1,500 meters, which was the longest event then. So we're going to see them transitioning to running twice the distance now in this 3,000 meters. And so we'll see how things will pan out here as we get ready for 7.5 laps around the track. And of course, Ian, they will be starting the waterfall start. Now you know the waterfall start. I'm quite sure you'll be able to explain that now.
Of course, but I know it from before. Even we were working here. I didn't know what it was called, but I had seen it before.
Okay.
I am willing to admit at least that.
Okay. So again, the record 10 minutes 14.81, and we will follow the progress of this event to see if anyone in this field can come close to or even eclipse this Bssac record. So all on the starters' orders now, getting the final set of instructions. And they're off.
Okay, they offer a nice brisk pace. And we know the athletes are going to run split like this in the waterfall start for the first 100 meters. And as they come off the turn, we're going to see them all dart into lane number 1. As it's happening now, you see one of the starts officials there ushering them into lane number 1. And leading, coming the first 200 meters, it's still early days yet. That's Corrigan Parry. So it's still early and they're just jostling for position. We're going to watch how Ian, we're going to watch how young Gibbs from Queen's College negotiates this race. He is a very promising youngster as well, but he now is at the back kind of, and maybe he's employing the same strategy of Lila
Haynes. We'll see.
So we now have I believe Darrell Jordan, secondary athlete in the lead. We're going to wait until they come around so we can see their hit numbers, because it's a very large field and they're not in lanes, so you have to bear with us a little. We're going to get you the names as they come around to complete the first 600 meters of this race. We're going to try our best to give you a ball call of all the names as they cross the finish line. As they pass the finish line, sorry.
A little bit of work being done there in the background. I'm sure the viewers are picking that up.
Yeah.
But the race is still in progress nonetheless. Darrell Jordan currently leading. Of course, we saw Mary Fraser winning the first event of this Bssac meet for 2017. I beg your pardon. 2017. So present, it's Darrell Jordan followed.
That's Dante Ludat in the lead. We would have seen him factoring the zone in the 1500 as well. So Ludat looking nice and comfortable, tall lad, and his stride is nice and easy. He's bouncy still. Yeah. He doesn't look phased. It's still early days yet, but we're going to see how he negotiates the remainder of these laps.
Saw a situation where in the open girls, the young lady Habiba, where she unfortunately miscalculated the laps, and she thought that the bell that was intended for Mary Fraser was meant for her, and she kind of accelerated and found herself in a position having to run more than she would have expected, and actually not being able to finish the race. Those kinds of things do happen in events like these, so the athletes really need to be well taught and understand when their positioning, I should say, in the race, and where they are really and truly, because the field is so large sometimes you can really get caught up.
I think it comes from inexperience.
Yeah.
And as they come around to approach the finish line again, we have a lead change, and
this looks like Frederick Smith. Now taking over the lead, Darrell Jordan there in second, followed by Courage Parry. In fact, there are two lads from Courage Parry.
So they're in there for points as well.
Young man from Commonwealth dropped back a bit, but seems to be making his way up the field once again.
I think Peter Gibbs is moving up well. So they're basically strung out almost in Indian file throughout the whole field of athletes. And interesting enough, Ian, we were discussing this. I think one of the problems with the girls 3000 is that as you're lapped, if you're lapped by the leaders, you have to, or you should have been instructed to go on to outside lane 2 or outside of lane 1. What happened was that they were all still in lane 1, and with inexperience and not knowing that she was supposed to be coming down this in lane 2, in the straightaway in lane 2. I think when the bell rang, her inexperience caused her to think, well, hey, I this is it for me, I'm going.
In a case like that, though, I believe like probably some more officials would may have helped that cause, as they see the athletes and so on, be able to say, well, one more lap to go as they're on the side and so on. But these are all things that can be fixed. Back up front, though, we have the young lad from Frederick Smith up front, followed by Darrell Jordan, Courage and Parry. The top three remain the same at this point. We're now seeing, I believe this is Parkinson. It should be either Parkinson or St. George. He's factoring in here in the 4th place. Combermere, they're involved in the mix as well, but it's Frederick Smith still, Perry.
Yeah, so if you look at the top 8 so far, we'll see if they finish in this position, which schools will get the first set of points on the track. Now that's Frederick Smith, sorry, that athlete, he is going out. So his hit number just blew off. So we try to get this bib number for you, and as they pass around again, they're stretching out now, Michael. I see Gibbs there from Queen's College. She's sitting nice and comfortable in about 4th position.
Well, guys, as I look through the start list, I don't see Frederick Smith at all on the start
maybe
list.
That's Darrell Jordan then. No, that's not Darrell Jordan.
It is Frederick Smith.
It's Frederick Smith.
Correct, but I don't see a listing here for any athlete.
I think his bib number was number 25, Michael, so maybe he was a late entry because we had 24 names here.
Yes.
So his hit number.
They're now calling his name here on the PA system, Jamal Williams.
Right.
So it's Williams of Frederick Smith then in the lead. How many laps does he have to go?
I think they have 2 more laps to go, Michael.
Okay. And the competitor from Darrell Jordan.
Yes, that's Ludak, Darrell Jordan.
In second. And in third, that will be the competitor from Courage and Parry. Yes. That's Zuri Morris. He's in third. We see young Gibbs creeping up as well from Queen's College. So again, guys, no Lester Vaughan factoring in here. No Harrison College factoring in here.
No Foundation.
So this is going to be interesting as we start. But remember, as we say, this is still early days, just one event. Although one event can make or break your championship.
Certainly it can. But we have a long 2 days ahead of us, actually.
Sure do.
We do have a Christchurch Foundation athlete in there, Michael.
Yes.
He's bearing a hip number of 27, so I am...
It's a lot to consider.
I can't help but comment on that noise we're hearing, and I don't know if the viewers are hearing the noise, but we really are being disrupted by some noise here. And again, this speaks to what the point you were making earlier, Ian, about Well, actually, Stephen was making the point about professionalism of sports.
Yes.
There's no reason why at this stage, with a championship already going on, that people should be constructing
a scaffold
or constructing tents. We're in the middle of a major championship, but yet still we are being annoyed with all this noise, all of this construction going on. And this speaks to how we approach sports.
Yeah.
You know? This
Most
stuff
definitely.
should have been done
yesterday,
the day before. Everything should be in place. When we come here this morning, it should be just a matter of sitting with our feet slapped, waiting for the competition to begin.
Most definitely, Michael. I can agree with
And
you
we
there.
really need to think about what we are doing. Is this a show, or are we serious about sports?
We need to stop making sport of sports,
Yes,
Michael.
we continue to. This is a farce.
Indeed it is, Michael. There's action off and action on the track.
There's action everywhere.
Everywhere today.
Some action is required and needed and welcome, and some action, I'm sure the principals over there with the VIP tent who are in close proximity of this construction, I'm sure they're not pleased. I saw one or two of them glancing across.
Well, it would be interesting to get some feedback from them, but they don't seem too bothered at all, really. Some of them. They're in deep conversation. But nevertheless, back on track, I think we're hearing the bell now. So that should be 1 lap to go for the competitor there from Frederick Smith. Yes. So he's well on his way. We still have the clock running for him though. 9:27. The record 10:14. I don't believe he will make it. Courage and Parry seems to be in second position. That's Zuri Morris. And then the competitor from St. George,
Simon
John in third. Yeah, so and here comes Gibbs.
Luda is in fourth.
Yes.
And Gibbs
is in fifth.
No, that's Brandon Morris, sorry. Of Queen's College.
There we go, we were correct with Peter Gibbs. However, the leader now over the 150 mark. He has about 150 meters to go. Like we say, no record here, but surely a win for him. 10 minutes and 15 seconds. And he'll receive loads of applause. So 10 points will go to Frederick Smith Perry here in this one. A good run from this youngster entering. I believe it was no fault of his though with the late entry.
No, okay, it couldn't have been, Michael. I'm sure they would have known he would have qualified. Or he would have been entered, sorry.
Yes. 10 minutes and 35 seconds for him. Off the record, but definitely a win. It's all important. That all important 10 points. So now the competitor from Courage and Parry finishing, that's Zuri Morris finishing in second.
Simon John finishing up in third.
Good points for St. George.
Yes. This is Ludat. Yes.
Common Mary finishing up. I think competitor 29 may have another lap to go.
I think he does.
Yes, he has another lap to go.
Gibbs
Gibbs now finishes. He's good to go. And Perry, the onus is on the runners also to keep track of the laps that they have to go. They should not depend wholly and solely on the officials there or on even the lap counter, because the lap counter could be right or wrong.
Right, and it also is the athletes. I'm sure that in Layla Haynes' case, I'm sure her coach was somewhere along the back stretch. So she was able to get some kind of indication as to how many laps she had to go.
Yes, for sure. See, Ian, we must give Ian kudos because he has grabbed the winner of the junior boys 3,000 meters. I will give him a little time to catch his breath, but pretty soon we will have him ready for this interview. Are we ready, guys? Are we ready? So we're going to turn it over to Ian Webster interviewing the winner of the junior boys 3,000 meters. Over to you, Ian.
Okay. We are back here with the. I'm here. Let me just go over here very
What we
quickly.
can tell you there is
we have Jamal Williams. We had a little technical glitch
with the
for a short
microphone.
minute.
So
we were just trying to get his attention.
To have that interview quickly there again with Ian.
He's having a lot of attention here.
We have the mic on now. So
okay, so we're back here.
Right
Jamal,
back
what happened just now? We had a technical glitch. So I wanted you, again, I wanted to tell you first of all, again, congratulations on your win. And certainly to get that game plan again going into this race and the kind of work you put in. You said that you ran a lot of laps, you played a lot of football and so on. And that would have certainly helped with your conditioning.
Yes, sir.
Right. So your game plan, remind us of that again.
To start midway and then to finish, don't let Cole get away from me and to finish strong.
Right, so the plan was not to let the group get away from him, and indeed you did that. Are you doing any other events today?
No, sir.
Okay, well, congratulations on your win, and I wish you and Frederick Smith all the best for the remainder of the meet.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so there we have it, the technical glitch, but we sorted it out. Michael, I'm going to send it back to you right about now and make my way back up.
Thank you very much, Ian. And of course, the winner there from the Frederick Smith Secondary School. A good performance from him, Perry. So we have another competitor finishing up now, the 3,000 meters. Of course, he'll receive some applause as well. Total of 25 runners in this 3,000 meters. And young Ian doing a fantastic job in grabbing our winners there to make sure that we bring to you live and direct, firsthand, our winners and all of the information that you require. So Perry, we'll take a break now, and then we will return with more action from the National Stadium in lovely Bridgetown, Barbados.
What's at the heart of Sagicor life? One thing: protecting the most important people in the world, family, friends, and neighbors. By being a pioneer in the Caribbean with a range of products and a wealth of sage, personalized advice for everyone. Evolving how we serve our clients with new, innovative products and an industry-leading and modern approach to life insurance. By improving the lives of the people in the communities where we operate, by providing assistance in the areas of education, health, community, youth development, and sports. It's what we've done in the Caribbean since 1840, and what we are doing today in 22 countries. With over $6.2 billion in total assets, 774 million in capital, and over 2 million insured, Sagicor Life is one of the fastest growing life insurance providers in the Caribbean. Because we focus on one thing: protecting what's most important to you. Find out what Sagicor can do for your life. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong. Over the years, we've cared for you to help you meet your needs. We're trustworthy, dependable, so you can grow financially.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong.
This is where you belong.
Lucky Horseshoe Saloon, steakhouse and slots, open 24/7 and I like it a lot. Orange and Hastings were easy to find. Sports on the big screen, cold beer in a jar, spicy hot wings. I love this bar. cheeseburgers and juicy steaks. Breakfast with my pancakes. Hey, we got a kids menu too. At the Lucky Horseshoe, we got a lot to love.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
I wonder what John's secret is.
What do you mean?
Look at him go. All this work, the long hours, the traffic, it just doesn't seem to affect him in any way or stress him out. What's his secret?
It's no secret. He takes Formaton. Formaton's formulation of vitamins, minerals, and ginseng G115 extra is clinically proven to provide vital energy, physical stamina, and mental alertness, while supporting your immune system so that you can stay ahead of the pack. Formaton. Feel the difference.
Megan doesn't know that coffee breaks down tooth enamel. Thankfully, she uses Act Restoring Mouthwash. It rebuilds tooth enamel, making your teeth 2 times stronger. Act. Smile strong.
When you have to go, and go, and go, reach for Enterra-Jamena, the healthier way to treat diarrhea. Enterra-Jamena treats and reduces bouts of diarrhea and helps rebuild the health of your stomach. Unlike other diarrhea medicines, infused with probiotics, it inhibits the growth of harmful bacteria and restores normal gastrointestinal function. Easy to administer and safe for the entire family, Enterra-Jamena is available at leading pharmacies.
And we welcome you back. The hurdles are now being set up, guys, as we get ready for the Pentathlon, girls and boys. And let's talk a little about the Pentathlon.
Yes, let's do that.
It's one of the multi-events, actually the only multi-event done here at Bssac. The Pentathlon for girls and the Pentathlon for boys. Perry, taking a look at the girls' events, they will begin with the 100-meter hurdles, and that will be followed by the 3K shot put and the 200 meters, and that will be spaced throughout the course of day one. And normally these multi-events are done over 2 days, as you guys are well aware. And then tomorrow they will do the long jump, and finish up with the 800 meters. Tell us about the boys, Perry.
And the boys, they're going to start with the 110-meter hurdles. Then they're going to have the 4K shot put and the 200 meters today. And tomorrow, of course, a long jump. And their distance race is 1,000 meters. That's grueling for them. And you're going to see them all later on the finish line after that last event.
Yeah. Well, of course, we know that Akila Jones would have attempted the heptathlon at the Olympic Games.
Yes.
7 events over 2 days. We had, Ian, did you know that Barbados has a World Youth Heptathlon champion?
No, I was not aware until you just told me.
Okay, Shane Brathwaite.
I've heard the name before.
Yes, he won the World Youth Heptathlon Championship, and that was 8 events. Yes.
Interestingly enough, Michael, he switched his specialization after that.
He sure did, and he went to compete in the 110-meter hurdles, which became his speciality. And of course, you know, he would have won a bronze medal at the Pan Am. I think his latest was the Pan Am Games, where he won a bronze medal in the 110-meter hurdles.
Preparation for an event like this, though, the pentathlon must be one of those, I mean, strenuous types of things.
Yes, of course. And even just looking at the girls' pentathlon, which is just 5 events, there is a sprint, which is the 200 meters, a hurdle event, the 100-meter hurdles, a throw, which will be the shot, a jump, a horizontal jump, which is the long jump, and then a middle distance event. So in the case of all the multi-events, the test is really to see who is the best well-rounded athlete who can cover a variety of events. So you will find in all the multi-events there will be a vertical jump, either long or triple. In all cases, though, it's the long. A horizontal event, which would be long or triple. Vertical event, which would be either the pole vault or the high jump. Then you have your hurdles, normally the short hurdles. You have a middle distance. You have throws involved. So it's really to test your ability across all the events offered in track and field. And of course, you know, Perry, that track and field involves running, jumping, and throwing.
Yes, very true, Michael. And looking at these girls, there are 2 sections, I believe. But they're about, maybe we're seeing 10 athletes. No, 9 athletes, I believe.
Yes, 9 athletes.
9 athletes. And I cannot say this enough, Michael. Sarah Bell would do so well in this.
Yes, you said that. You made that observation.
Somebody needs to be listening, because Sarah Bell, she can win this event. All of her efforts and all of these events, she can do all of these events, and she has decent time. And just for the viewers, you understand the scoring is done based on the
placings,
based on the times or the distances you throw, not positions. So you have to, there's a chart, and they bring your time in the hurdle sprint, and they'll come across to see how many points you accumulate. Okay.
Yeah, so there is a table, and I guess viewers, you can access that table. You just have to type in on your Google search IAAF multi-event scoring tables. And once you go there, you'll see there are a whole set of tables for any kind of event, male and female. So we have lined up now, though, the competitors for the first of 2 sections in the girls pentathlon 100-meter hurdles. In lane number 2, there's Brittany Branco-White of the Lodge School, Amaris Maynard of the Alexandra School in lane 3. In lane 4, Roland Curtin Brown of the Leicester Vaughan School. That's one to watch. Lane 5, Shamaya Scott of Princess Margaret. And in lane number 6, that's Zane Greenidge of the St. Michael School. She's good in the hurdles. Zane Greenidge is good in the hurdles. Now, here's the thing, Ian and Perry, that you will find athletes come into the multi-events with some strengths.
Yes, I was about to get there.
Yes, they
There's
come in with
strengths
some
and weaknesses.
strengths. And of course, if you go back to the days of a guy called Victor Houston, Victor Houston was a decathlete. I think he was an NCAA champion in the decathlon. He had a lot of strengths because Victor would have competed at Carifta Games probably in more different types of events than any other Barbadian athlete that I can recall. He ran the 400 meters. He was able to do the 400 under 50 seconds. He was able to do the sprint hurdles. He was able to long jump. I think he high jump over 2 meters. So, you know, he threw the javelin as well. His weakest event was the pole vault. The pole
That would be
vault.
expected.
Yes. You know, so in these events, therefore, people come in with different strengths, and I know that Greenwich's strength from the St. Michael's School will be in the hurdles. Talking about strength, Ian.
Yes.
How strong is that coffee you're drinking there?
It's not very strong at all.
So
Quite pleasant though.
But not the strength that we drink our coffee at.
No, we are advanced boys, you know.
Yes, I just love that phrase, advanced boys. So now you will also find that each of these events carries its own record. Apart from, so these young ladies will be competing in 5 events, but each event carries a record along with the pentathlon record. So you're looking at scores, and as Perry was alluding to, for every event, it is matched against a certain number of points. And that's one of the good things about your training, because when you're training, you know, I need to get X amount of points. For me to score, for example, 800 points in the hurdles, I need to run a specific time. So the coaches and the athletes are well aware of what they need to score and what performances they need to put in order to reach those marks. So the record here for the hurdles, 14.62 seconds, and that was set by Danielle Canterbury of the St. Michael's School back in 2014. And Perry, you know of Danielle's background in hurdling.
Yes, Danielle, I love to watch Danielle going over the hurdles, Michael. Again, that low center of gravity, that lead leg, punching over, contacting the ground, the stride frequency between the hurdles, the speed between the hurdles. So there they go on the starters' orders. And
so they're off to a good start here. So Branko White, Maynard, Curtin Brown, Scott, and Greenwich. Right now, though, Scott of Princess Margaret is looking good. So that is Shamaya Scott there. Roland Curtin Brown. Greenwich seems to be just so casual there. Seems so casual. Zane Greenwich. Not the Zane Greenwich that I saw on the 15 for sure.
Well, this is the first time I'm seeing her, but she definitely did look nonchalant going over those hurdles from out of the blocks, really.
Yeah.
She looked very, very casual.
Very much so.
Didn't seem to exert herself in any way at all, and just casually crossed the finish line.
But for sure, Shamaya Scott of Princess Margaret. And again, we must speak about the progress that we've seen with the Princess Margaret camp.
Oh, yes, we have.
And some emphasis seems to have been placed on hurdles.
Yes. So
maybe the coach has seen the need for us to have more people involved in more athletes participate in the hurdle event. And for sure, there are lots of points that can be gained from the hurdles because not many athletes take it on.
And certainly not many athletes take on an event like the pentathlon as well.
For sure.
And these are novelty areas that coaches may very well say to themselves, well, we can pick some very crucial points up if we have an athlete in an event like the pentathlon.
But what I will say to you, though, as we were discussing the progress in the track and field world, up to age 15, 16, athletes should be involved in the multi-event stage of track and field. That means they should be running, jumping, and throwing. So therefore, I believe that we should see a lot more athletes participating in the multi-event.
Should
because that is the stage where they learn. I mean, from primary school, you start the process of teaching the events. Once they hit secondary school, 11, 12 years old, then you expose them to the throws, you expose them to hurdling, etc. So up to age 16, we should be having, I believe, we should have a lot more athletes participating in these events.
I think, Michael, again, we mentioned this before, it comes down sometimes to the coaches or PE teachers, their preference in different sporting disciplines. It also comes down to the athletes' willingness to put in the hard work. Because
Correct.
During these events, especially when the average athlete is going to hear, oh, you have to finish with 800 meters, or they're going to shy away from that. So you really need to put more emphasis on the importance of these athletes, as you rightly said, competing in these multi-event competitions.
We have the second section coming up, though, I believe, of this pentathlon event. It is, we have here competing in this 100 meters hurdles in lane 2 from the Springer Memorial School, Sierra Coward, I beg your pardon. In lane 3, Tia Hines from Harrison College. In lane 4, we have Keneal Gale representing Combermere School. And in lane 5, Narissa Temple, and she's representing the Christchurch Foundation School. Of course, we had the record. I don't know, we'll probably have to go back and look at that record again just to remind you of what it is. Oh yes, we have it here, 14.62 14.62 seconds. That is the record held, the record for this particular event held by Danielle Scantlebury, and she represented the St. Michael's School.
And she's still a student of that school. The race is on now. So 4 athletes here immediately going out. Sierra Coward of Springer Memorial. So Coward with quite a good, pretty decent hurdling technique. Just some work on that trail leg, but however, she is going to be over the hurdle and over to the finish line ahead of the field. So Coward finishing in first. And Tia Hines in there, Keneal Gale and Natisha Tempro finishing up.
I think that section looked a little quicker than the one before it.
Well, for sure, that first place. Yes.
So we should.
As we said, Ian, it's just now a matter of what they will do. They will combine all the results, and then the points will be scored across the board. And once that is up, we should be able to give our viewers an idea of how the points were scored in that event. So what we will do, we will take a short break and we will return in time for the boys equivalent of the Pentathlon.
What's at the heart of Sagicor life? One thing: protecting the most important people in the world, family, friends, and neighbors. By being a pioneer in the Caribbean with a range of products and a wealth of sage, personalized advice for everyone. Evolving how we serve our clients with new, innovative products and an industry-leading and modern approach to life insurance. By improving the lives of the people in the communities where we operate, by providing assistance in the areas of education, health, community, youth development, and sports. It's what we've done in the Caribbean since 1840, and what we are doing today in 22 countries, with over $6.2 billion in total assets, 774 million in capital, and over 2 million insured. Sagicor Life is one of the fastest growing life insurance providers in the Caribbean, because we focus on one thing: protecting what's most important to you. Find out what Sagicor can do for your life. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong. Over the years, we've cared for you to help you meet your needs. We're trustworthy, dependable, so you can grow financially.
The Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union. This is where you belong.
Lucky Horseshoe Saloon, Steakhouse and Slots, open 24/7 and I like it a lot. Warrens and Hastings were easy to find. Sports on the big screen, cold beer in a jar, spicy hot wings, Burgers and juicy steaks. Breakfast with my pancakes. Hey, we got a kids menu too. At the Lucky Horseshoe, we got a lot to love.
When you need space to grow, there's nothing like the home you own. Let Scotiabank open the door for you with competitive rates and support every step of the way. Visit us today and discover what's possible.
And we welcome you back here to the National Stadium in lovely Bridgetown, Barbados, and the action continues. Guys, already things have started.
Yes.
And the Pentathlon for boys will be up next. There are 2-time finals coming up for these guys. Perry, who will we see in this first section?
Right, in the first section, in lane number 2, the law school has Jarion Hoyt. In lane number 3, Christchurch Foundation has Jaden Brooms. Representing Harrison College in 4, we have Yannick Burrows. In lane number 5, you have Jonathan Corbin Blackman from the Cormier School. And in lane number 6, DeAndre Weeks Hunt from the St. Leonard's Boys School. These are the 5 competitors in the first of 2 sections.
And Ian, what's the Bssac record these guys will be looking to chase?
In this event, Michael, they'll be chasing a time of 14.59 seconds. That was set by Rashad Phillips of the St. Leonard's Boys back in 2016. That's only last year.
Yes, and of course, Perry, the Bailey's Primary School were the knapsack champions, and my good friend over there teaching class